What's up, Taiwan? I'm Eric Gao with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Starting off with military news, leaked U.S. security documents reveal that Taiwan's air defenses might not be effective against Chinese missile strikes. That's according to a report in the Washington Post. The report says that Taiwanese officials are unsure whether their air and missile defenses can accurately detect missile launches from China. Documents also show that just over half of the country's aircraft can operate during wartime, and that moving them to safety would take at least a week. Taiwan's defense ministry has responded to the report, saying it welcomes outside criticism, but is confident in its defense capabilities. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese Defense Minister Li Shangfu have praised military cooperation between their two countries. Li met with the Russian leader in Moscow on Sunday. Russia's defense minister was also at the meeting. Putin said that relations between the two nations are developing well in all areas. He cited strong bilateral economic, social, cultural, educational, and military ties. China and Russia have moved closer to each other after Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Ukrainian forces say they have found a growing number of Chinese parts in Russian weapons. Elsewhere in Asia, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida has promised tight security for visiting G7 dignitaries. That comes after an attempted bomb attack at a rally where Kishida was speaking on Saturday. One person was injured. But the incident has renewed concerns about Japanese politicians' safety after the assassination of former Prime Minister Abe Shinzo last year. Japan is hosting the G7's foreign ministers through Tuesday. It's also set to hold this year's G7 summit in Hiroshima next month. Over in Africa, the UN's World Food Program has halted operations in Sudan after 3 of its employees were killed in escalating violence in the country. At least 97 civilians have been killed since hostilities broke out on Saturday. The uptick in violence is a result of a long-standing power struggle between Sudan's military and the country's main paramilitary force, the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. In 2019, the RSF helped the military oust then-President Omar al-Bashir. Back in Taiwan, firefighters in the south are trying to put out a wildfire that's been burning for 6 days. Despite close calls, the fire has so far spared residential areas. But containing it has taken hundreds of tons of water in the middle of a historic drought. John Van Trieste reports.
It started as a fire in a rural bamboo thicket. But over 6 days, it's grown into a blaze so big, Taiwan's military is now involved in trying to put it out. In the countryside around the southern city of Kaohsiung, close to 300 hectares are now in flames. Hundreds of firefighters, forest rangers, and troops are working to contain the fire. Chief among their goals is preventing property damage. At points, the blaze has gotten as close as 50 meters from people's homes. Kaohsiung's mayor has come to inspect the front lines, and Army helicopters have dumped over 200 metric tons of water on the fire from buckets. This as water supplies dwindle amid a severe drought. Within Kaohsiung's fire department, there are concerns that more still needs to be done, even as the fire strains resources. Suggestions include digging ditches as fire breaks to box the blaze in and free up firefighters for other duties.
为了民众的这些财产，包含经济作物，还有他们的房舍，所以我们都做在那些点都要先做一个预防性的部署。
Forecasters expect rain later in the week, but rainfall over the weekend didn't make much of a dent. This and a hot weather warning mean that conditions are set to continue being a huge challenge for local firefighters. Alex Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
In sports, 300 home runs. That's a new record for Taiwan's top professional baseball league. Ling Ziseng claimed the home run title last year, and he's now extending his lead. But Ling is also giving back to society by spreading his love for baseball to Taiwan's young indigenous people. Bing Wang reports.
这一棒打出去，哇塞呀！这个球得分历史的时刻。
Ling Ziseng, affectionately named the big brother of Taiwanese baseball, just hit another milestone. 300 home runs in Taiwan's top baseball league. Lin is the record holder for most home runs in Taiwan. He had already broken the record last year, hitting his 290th home run. Now he's running away with the title. But this big brother isn't just known for his home runs. He also helped organize baseball tournaments and scholarships specifically for indigenous children. Lin is a Mies, one of 16 recognized indigenous peoples in Taiwan. He says he wants to spread joy to all young people through baseball.
为了要去鼓励小朋友，除了运动以外，课业也要兼备。因为我本身就是因为为了打棒球，然后放弃了学业，所以我觉得这很可惜。因为运动不是一辈子的，那是知识是一辈子的，所以我们会成立这种奖助学金来帮助小朋友，是希望可以请学校的人更督导这些运动的小朋友。
At 41 years old, Lin knows he's at the tail end of his career. Now he wants to spread his love for baseball to the younger generations, and he's working to give young indigenous people a chance to achieve great things both on and off the field. Devin Tai and Bing Wong for TaiwanPlus.
An exhibit of rare historic books has opened in Taipei. The books come from two collections, one European and one Asian. Together, they show how books from different cultures evolved side by side over time. John Van Trieste takes us to the National Palace Museum for a closer look.
Here at Taipei's National Palace Museum, works from two of history's great libraries are coming face to face. Over a dozen works from the Vatican Library join books from the former library of China's emperors. The Vatican works include works of literature, history, science, mathematics, geography, philosophy, and more, some in ancient manuscript form. And the Palace Museum's own Chinese works are treasures too. They were brought over to Taiwan during the communist takeover of China. One of the curators who has made this exhibit possible is Liu Shixun. She says the exhibit shows off what sets these two traditions of books and reading apart.
纸张上就是有很大的差异。梵蒂冈宗座图书馆里面就藏有非常多用动物皮质或是羊皮纸所制作成的手抄本。那一直要到这个印刷术的普及之后，然后才变成是纸。那相较之下，在明清宫廷的话，一直都是以纸为主。
And what these traditions have in common.
那如果我们从西方来看的话，就是从15世纪，就是古腾堡它的这个活字印刷术的发明之后，印出来的那个书的量也变得很大。那在中国其实也是受这个印刷术的影响也很大。那譬如说像从宋代就是毕生发明那个活字印刷术之后，那这个活字印刷术就一直被使用。
For the most part, the books include titles popular in their time and place. The Vatican collection includes richly decorated Bibles and prayer books, and printed editions of ancient Latin and Greek works. In turn, the Chinese imperial libraries have books on the Confucian classics and Buddhism. Those are alongside great dictionaries and encyclopedias commissioned by the emperors themselves. The exhibit also notes that Europe and China did not exist in intellectual bubbles.
主要就是耶稣会士，就是扮演一个很重要的角色。因为在明清时代来到中国的耶稣会士，他们是借西学来传教。然后有个耶稣会士叫卜尼格，然后他就是把这个明代李时珍的《本草纲目》，然后翻译成拉丁文本。
The curators here say books like these make it clear that scholars in Europe and China tried to understand each other. They say there was a lively exchange between the two sides. From now into July, books from these two cultures are on display side by side, inviting comparisons and an appreciation for two rich traditions of books. Rick Yi and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thanks for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, enjoy these images of flowers blooming in central Taiwan's Changhua and Taichung. I'm Eric Gao. Take care and see you next time.
For more colorful stories from here at the center of Taiwan and from around the world, download the TaiwanPlus app.